if you want to convey the exact same idea in English and in French, you will probably have to use more words to say it in French than in English. French sentences tend to be longer and a bit more complex than English ones, so it can be a bit confusing. Salut à tous, it's Marie from justfrenchit.com, and together we are going to talk about sentence structure so that you can feel more at ease when you are speaking French. First, you need to understand why French sentence structure is a struggle for you. And the answer might not be what you want to hear. Because nailing French sentence structure, it's basically mastering French grammar. Don't run off just yet, I have a plan of action. But hear me out. If you watched YouTube videos before this one, you have seen two kinds. The first kind is a video that explains to you in 30 seconds that it's always sujet, verbe, complément. Cool, but that doesn't really help you, does it? But then, if you dig deeper, in the second case, you might have had videos that are way longer and they explain to you things that are very complicated with a lot of grammatical terms that are, hard to understand at first and then hard to master later on. Things like composed sentence, adverbs, conjunctions, pronouns, adjective epithet, wherever you turn there's a new grammatical term, and it's really overwhelming. And I'm not even talking about all the exceptions to those terms, or tenses. Bref, it's either you have too little information, either you have way too much. The thing is though, you probably know most of what those people are talking about. It's just all messed up in your head. But fear not, because I have something very special for you. A map. So let's look at this map. There is 3 steps. 3 steps to mastering sentence structure. First step is to dust off the basic of French sentence structure. You have seen it before because I mentioned it. This basic sentence is what all the YouTube videos are teaching you about. They're not wrong. It is sujet, verbe, complément. It's the base, your concrete block, if you will. You can already make millions of sentences with it. Things like je suis française, Jonathan va dormir, la France a gagné la Coupe du Monde, I hope, nous allons mourir. Very French. But it doesn't matter what tense it is or who the subject is, it is pretty much always the same structure. Nous is the subject, allons mourir is the verb, la France is the subject, a gagné the verb, la Coupe du Monde the complement. Je is the subject, suis is the verb, française the complement. Okay? There's not much more to it than that, and you need to understand that, but I'm pretty sure you already do. You got the basic. Let's move on to the second step. Second step is fancying up your French sentences. With just sujet, verbe, complément, you are gonna feel restricted because you won't be able to express some abstract thoughts or something that happened or tell a story. So the next level is to create what is called grammatically a complex sentence. For that, it's very simple. You simply need several concrete blocks, so several sujet, verbe, complément combinations linked together with a word. For example, je ne veux pas dormir parce que je ne suis pas fatiguée. Je suis d'accord, mais le président a dit non. Hélène a tellement froid qu'elle veut rentrer à la maison. The linking word, so here, parce que, mais, and the QU apostrophe, is what's called conjunctions. There is plenty of it, but there is mainly 2 kinds which I will not expand on. If you want to look them up, it is conjonction de coordination and conjonction de subordination. But it doesn't really matter what they're called, because you know most of them, and you probably know how to use them as well. Now you're going to tell me, well, that's all, I can do simple sentences, complex sentences, I am mastering sentence structure, right? So why are you saying that, mastering French sentence structure is mastering grammar? That's only 2 points. Easy. Well, because then every details that you want to add to your sentence is going to be a new grammatical rule. Words are going to be placed in a sentence depending on their nature and their function. And that's why when you're saying I'm struggling with sentence structure, what you really mean is I am struggling with grammar. So from this point on, now that you know how to create complex sentences, simple sentences, it's all a question of case by case. For example, if you want to add a notion of time, it's generally found at the beginning of a concrete block. Hier, j'ai pris un bain et je me suis lavé les cheveux. complex sentence, the notion of time is at the beginning of the first concrete block, which by the way is called a proposition. Demain, Thomas retourne au lycée parce que l'année dernière, il n'a pas fini sa terminale. Okay? If your sentence needs some adjectives, the adjectives are generally placed after the nouns they add details on. For example, mon père s'est acheté une voiture jaune. Parfois, notion of time, je bois du thé noir le matin, mais généralement, je préfère un café léger. And the way to remember all those rules is to use them in your practice. Please use everything that you came across. If not, there's no point learning it in the first place. So please use it when you speak, use it when you write, and actively look and recognize the patterns you've learned when you are reading or when you are listening to French. Haven't you heard? Being busy is not an excuse anymore. Just to be clear, let's look at the map once again. Building blocks as foundations, then you add linking words, conjunctions, to glue two propositions together and create a complex sentence. And then if you want to add decoration, so to speak, details, you need to look specifically at what kind of word it is. There you go. You got it. Do you have any questions? Pop them in the comments. Please subscribe and I'll see you next week for another video on Just French It. I forgot to mention my roadmap to fluent French, which is a free step-by-step guide on how to learn French, which you can download for free on the blog. So go and check that out. The link is in the description below the video. À la prochaine!